Hi, I'm Dennis, aka Def Noodles, and you're watching Hollywire.
What is up, Hollywire? Gabby Conti here with Dennis Feitosa, who you might recognize as Def Noodles. Def, can I call you Def?
Yeah, you can call me Def, yeah.
Welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks, yeah, this is great. It's a beautiful place, yeah.
Well, we've been following you for a long time here at Hollywire, so it's great to sit down and actually chat. I want to play a quick game with you.
Yeah.
Since it's your first Hollywire interview, I'd love to ask you about your Hollywire first.
Yeah.
So your first post on Def Noodles ever, like your first headline post, what was it? Do you remember?
First headline post? I don't remember, but I remember the first one that was like news-based, that was like relating to an influencer that kind of got some traction.
Okay, what was that?
So it was Shane Dawson was getting canceled, and there was this other YouTuber who was claiming that the police office was investigating him for pedophilia, and nobody for some reason was calling the police. I was like, okay, I'll call the police, and I called the police, and I asked them, and they were like, no, we're not investigating Shane Dawson. So that was interesting. I ended up doing a reenactment of it on my channel of me like talking to the police officer, and I had the police officer be a hamburger. So yeah.
What was your first story that like really blew off, that you really got a lot of attention for?
It's like a weird story. I think the first post that really went viral on Twitter was Charlie D'Amelio vaping. It was like this post, and people got really pissed off because I purposely framed it as like something outrageous, which like, she's 16, there was a video of her vaping, which she shouldn't be doing, but I purposely framed it as like exaggerated and overly and people were like, bro, mind your business. But I was like, I'm making fun of just how insane the coverage had been up until that point. That went like crazy viral. I remember I had like 160,000 quote retweets. It was like ratioed to hell and back. Yeah.
First celebrity or influencer to slide into your DMs about a story?
I think Trisha Paytas. Yeah, she was like so happy when I started posting about her. She started sending me DMs like, I love your videos, da 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 da. I think she hates me now because she like has unfollowed me on everything, but it's fine.
How did this all start for you? How did you come up with Def Noodles? Like, how'd this all happen?
Yeah, it kind of, the news coverage aspect of it started a little bit as a joke. Like I was making fun of a specific side of YouTube, like commentary creators specifically, that there are a few creators in that side that like to scandalize like the smallest things, like somebody, ate a piece of stale bread. So yeah, that's how I started. Then it evolved into what it is now, which is like it's news coverage with like some humor or jokes to it,
So kind of like making fun of the clickbaity headlines that YouTubers use to title their videos, but you were doing that. So when did it stop becoming just a joke and you started kind of like breaking stories? When did that happen?
Like over the pandemic, at some point, I guess I was the person who was posting a lot of the stories before they happened. So people actually started taking me like as a serious news source. And it was like, it's getting a little too serious. So there were a few little pivots that I had to do, along the way to just, I guess, embrace what was happening around me. So.
Yeah. And your background is a comedian though, right? It's not a journalist.
Yeah, no.
So how long have you been doing comedy, and then how did this all happen?
Yeah, so I started my improv training was like in 2012. That was the first improv class I took. I started doing stand-up like 2014. So yeah, I wasn't really making content like that on YouTube until like 2019, 2020. So it was like a funny progression because I never even thought I wanted to be like a traditional sketch writer. That was like my goal. I wanted to be a sketch writer on SNL. Didn't even want to be in front of the camera that much, but it kind of just turned into this other thing.